Happy Thursday and happy Facebook Live time. I am Melissa Kerman with Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. I am an avid paper crafter. I've been a demonstrator for over 17 years and I love what I do and love techniques. This is my weekly Facebook Live. I'm here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with all the latest updates and always a fun project. So today I have some relatively brief announcements and then we'll get straight to a project, and it's actually a fairly simple, quick project. So anyway, chime in as you join in, say hello, let me know you're out there, where you're from, and let's see. So let's go ahead and launch in with some announcements. So, excuse me, out of breath. So those of you who have signed up for my faux glazed ceramic class, I have really good news. It's supposed to be out today, and it's going to be. It's been a ton of work. I was working on it most of the day today. I posted my little update on Facebook really late in the day because I was immersed. I see some people joining. Hi, Gail. Hi, Susan. Good to have you here. Anyway, so I'm about 95% done. I have to do some little finishing touches and double checks in my edits, and then that's going to go out, I promise, before midnight tonight, hopefully earlier than that. So super excited about that. It's going to be a very fun class. Hi, Chris. Welcome. Okay, so let's see. So you guys know the retiring lists are out, of course, and I talked about that a bunch last week. Things are available while supplies last. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. And stamps are guaranteed through May 22nd. Everything else is only while supplies last, so some things have already sold out. So definitely, you know, don't be the one to snooze and lose. Go buy what you want that's retiring as soon as you can. And lots of stuff are on discount, right? So up to 60% discounts on the retiring items. So some great deals out there. Okay, so the new catalog is coming out starting June 3rd. Demonstrators get to pre-order as of May 5th. I can't wait. So I will be able to order catalogs on that day, May 5th, and that's when I will be doing it. And as soon as they arrive at my doorstep, I'm going to be getting them ready to ship back out to customers, and they'll include information about my product shares and usually include something extra in there, some flyers as well. So if you already have a demonstrator, great. And if they send you a catalog, that's awesome. If you're a regular customer, you will get a catalog from me if you've spent $50 or more in merchandise in the last 6 months. If you are a customer and you don't fall into that category, but you still want a catalog, just let me know. I'd be happy to send you one. In my newsletter yesterday, there was a link to a form you can fill out, either to reconfirm your address if you're not sure I have the right one, or to just let me know you want one. Hi, Christy. Glad to see you here. So catalogs. Okay, so I have some retiring card samples that I'm going to share, but I'm going to save it to the very end. Today's focus is the Flourishing Phrases stamp set. It's one of my all-time favorites in the catalog. I haven't used it in a while, but I've used it a lot on projects over its lifetime. And so the focus of the project that today is that stamp set, the Flourishing Phrases set. So I have pulled out some old samples, and I'll share those at the end of the project demonstration. Okay, I think just a couple quick other little announcements. So Grace's Garden, the product-based class pre-order ends this Sunday. And some of those products are already on back order. I have pre-ordered some of the bundles. I have 2 left. So I'm also now offering an additional option for that class that just includes the Grace's Garden bundle. So it's a little bit less costly than the option had been before. So something to consider. Let's see, and it's we're gonna make 8 cards, 4 designs, to each of the 4 designs with 1 fun fold, and they're just beautiful projects. So anybody who signs up is gonna love it, I know. So anyway, let's see. There's information in my newsletter about that. Let's see what else. Okay, so that's about it for my announcements. I'm going to go straight to the project. A little bit quicker today than lots of days. So I'll face the camera down. Let me know if you have questions about the Grace's Garden class or anything else that I've talked about, and I will do my best to answer them either today on the live or I'll respond in after the live is over. Okay, so I'm going to switch us around, face you down, and we'll get started with the project. So does anybody else love the Flourishing Phrases stamp set? It has a coordinating set of dies. I'm not going to be using those today, but it's got a lot of great sentiments. There's some sentiments in that set that I've used again and again, specifically the thank you so very much. Now this is a two-part set, so this is half of it, and I'm going to show you the other half. And this is the other half. So I hate when the light goes on reflects on those stamp sets. Try to avoid that. Anyway, so this is the stamp set. So I've used this image, and I'm going to be using these today, and for today, that's about it. So let's see. Here's what we're going to start with. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you here. Hi, Karen from Australia. Welcome. Okay, so I'm starting with a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to be using some masking tape for this technique. I saw this on Pinterest, and it was one of those posts that's like a big, a little video in the pin. The pin is actually a video, and it was so fun to watch. I thought, I want to do that. That looks like a lot of fun. So I'm using masking tape. Now, masking tape can sometimes be a little bit more tacky than I want it to be in this particular circumstance. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my embossing buddy to sort of remove some of the stickiness. So I want some stick, but not like a ton. So you can do that with adhesive if you have it somewhere that it doesn't belong and you want to de-stickify it. Your embossing buddy is the thing to do. Oh, I see. Bridget is watching with you. Yay, so nice. Hi, Bridget. So good to have you here, too. And hi, Wendy. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to place that right in the middle, trying to eyeball center. No, I'm not right over the top. Always a challenge. Now, this particular one that I'm doing, I'm not quite center. See, notice how easy it came off? I did one earlier, and it ripped the paper because I didn't use my little trick, my little embossing buddy trick. I can talk. All right, so I'm using two colors here. Now this is sort of an experiment because I haven't done this exact design. I've done the layout and this method, but I haven't done it with these stamps in this particular way. So we're going to see how it turns out, and should be interesting. So I'm using this image. Now these are the old clear, what are they called? Yeah, clear mount stamps that don't have the clinginess on the back. So I stopped putting my labels on the back of this style because it wouldn't stick to my my clear block. So I don't have my image there, but you saw the image in the stamp set just a minute ago. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this first image. And I'm going to do another one on the bottom. Now, because this surface is kind of slick, if I touch that, I'm going to get it on my fingers and make a mess. So I'm going to try really hard not to do that. Okay. And then, now when I created this mask for a previous project a long time ago, and I just kept it because I put it in my stamp case so that if I wanted to use it again, I could. And lo and behold, I'm going to use it now. So it's coming in handy. Okay, so I'm going to do some green foliage with my Mossy Meadow. And because I've masked there, I can sort of tuck it in and know that it's going to look like it's in behind my flower, which is such a fun little aspect of masking. And then I'm going to put my mask on my bottom one and do the same thing. And tuck this foliage in here. All right, and now I think I'm going to do a few more flowers. Now I'm not going to use the mask again because I didn't make a mask for the leaves and didn't get around to doing one. So, but in this one I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp off and use some lighter images. I love how when you stamp off you basically get two tones of the same color. Now, when you're pressing against something like masking tape or where there's an edge, you can see I didn't press maybe hard enough because I lost some of the image there. Now I'm going to do something that will solve that problem, so it's no big deal here, but as you can see on this side, I did a lot better. I pressed a lot harder, so I got it close in. This very small thickness of the masking tape tends to sort of hold it away from the surface of the cardstock if you don't press hard enough. Okay, so let's see. I think I might just do one other small little element of the dark flower. Where do I want it? Maybe I'll do it over here. I have this thing about threes. I don't know about you guys. I want 3 dark elements in there. All right, I think I'm going to stop there. Okay, now I'm done with my stamping, and I'm going to now remove the masking tape. Being careful not to touch that ink. Now the other thing is if you get ink on the silicone craft mat, which I use so that it wouldn't stick to my paper, that also is just sitting there on the surface, and you can get it on your fingers as well. So, yep. It's pulling the paper away. No. Okay, there we go. It's better on this side. I'm going to do carefully remove that paper. Now I did grab a paper towel in case I mess up and touch the front side of that paper. Let's see, inspect my fingers. Not too bad. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Now it did pull up my paper there just the tiniest bit. I'm sad about that. Oh well, I might have to glue it down, make it work. All right, so here's what I'm going to do next. Looking for, okay, so what we're going to use next is some tear and tape. Now, Stampin' Up! Sells this thickness of tear and tape, which is about 1/4 of an inch. But for what I'm doing here, I wanted it to be thinner, and I happen to have this very thin tear and tape that I'm going to use for this purpose. Hi, Red. Hi, oh my goodness. Hi, Heather. Blast from the past. Good to see you here. Hi, Jean. Hi, Line. People joining. So fun. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to bridge this gap where it's sort of uneven stamping, and I'm going to create a nice line on the edge where I took my masking tape off. There we go. And then I'm just going to snip off the excess of my tear and tape. If you do it from the back side, you can actually hold your scissors against the paper. It's a nice little trick I like to use all the time. Okay, and the magic is coming. You guys ready for the magic? The magic of paper crafting. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cry over that little boo-boo. No, I'm not. I'm making fun. Okay, this is my embossing buddy. So I'm going to go over the center because I'm going to heat emboss something in the center. Got my Versamark, and I'm using this thank you. This is a new stamp set. So old meets new, right? Retiring meets the incoming. So it's this big thank you in the Ornate Thanks set. This is one of the pre-order items from the annual catalog, which is so fun. An early release item, I should say. So I'm going to ink up my stamp with my Versamark. It's a clear sticky ink, and it's what we use so that the embossing powder sticks to the ink. And I'm going to bring it down here so I can see a little bit better and stamp right in the center. Always such a challenge. You guys going to see my head? Maybe. I really want it to be straight. See, you guys have the view that I need, the straight over the top view. Wouldn't that be fun if I just put my head right in there? I don't think I got it quite straight, but it's close. Okay, so now I'm bringing in my gold embossing powder. Now, one thing I have to do first, I have to remove the covers to my tear and tape. If I can just get the corner, there we go. The usefulness of nails. And then I'm going to tuck it into my embossing powder. And it's going to cover the image and also where the tear and tape was. Or is, I should say. So did I get good coverage? It looks like it. Now there's a few little specks here and there that I need to remove. Clean that up a bit. So I've got a paintbrush handy to remove any spots that have rogue powder. No rogue embossing powder. And then I'm going to make some noise. I'm going to go ahead and heat this. If you chime in or comment while I'm not paying attention to the comments, just know I'll comment after the live later. And now I'm going to make some noise. Here we go. Let's see if I can bring my light in so you guys can see the magic of heat embossing. Here we go. Takes a minute for the heat tool to warm up, and then once it does, it goes pretty fast. So this is a layout and a method that I did last night, and I thought, so many ways I want to do this and so many stamps I want to use with it. Because it just seemed so easy and fun. I hope you guys can see the gold changing on the camera. It's always a treat to watch that embossing powder melt and get shiny and raised. So there's most of what I'm doing here. Just got to do some finishing touches. Now, I can't help myself. I got to fix this little boo-boo here. So I'm going to use a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue and just tuck a little adhesive underneath that little itty-bitty flap. Let's see whether we can. Oh, glue on my fingers. So I'm just going to tuck a little bit right under the flap, not trying to use very little bit. And then I'm going to press it down onto there. Now it's got a little pink on there. I might be having to add something over there on the left to pretend that that boo didn't happen. Well, we'll see. Maybe it'll be a happy accident. Now it's pink from whatever pink I had in my fingers. Oh well, live and learn. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of assembly. I've got a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock, which is the same color of ink that I used. I'm going to be using this fun little embellishment on this that I've had these for, you know, I don't know, at least a year. Maybe since last year's catalog came out. And they're the most beautiful little gems, but they're so kind of specific, I guess, that they're sort of hard to find the right purpose for them. But when I did this card earlier, the first version, which I'll show you in a bit, it was just seemed like the perfect added touch. I know embossing on the tape is just such a cool thing. I just love it. And you think about the possibilities. So I was thinking about this today. You could do so many different things. And now that Stampin' Up's bringing back the adhesive sheets, you could, you know, use the adhesive side of the adhesive sheets, die cut shapes and heat emboss all kinds of things. It'd be covered with stickiness. Okay, so almost done. So the little embellishments I was referring to are these lovely, they're called Petal Pink Rhinestone Gems. Now, I don't know if these are retiring. I have a feeling they probably are because I think they've been around for a while, but they just really finished this card so beautifully. So I'm going to put one of these diamond-shaped ones. I think this is my favorite shape, the little diamond shape, right? So it can flank the sentiment. I'm having a hard time getting that. It's not really on the point of the paper brushing tool. Okay, there we go. So I'm so happy that I found a use for these, and it makes it so elegant, I think. So my little gem is covering part of my boo-boo, so that's a good thing. It's not quite centered, but you know, when you can't get right over the top, it's not too bad. So there is my finished version, the make as you go version. And then I also, now you guys can give me your opinion. I'm going to show you my other card and then you can tell me what you think. Now I actually honestly like this version better, but it's it would have taken me a very long time to actually do it all. So I decided I would try to do a simpler version. So this one, of course, I stamped that main gorgeous flourish in the set. And then I colored it in with the Blends alcohol markers. Used Mossy Meadow, both the light and the dark on the foliage, and the Blackberry Bliss light and dark on the flowers. So anyways, I just love the way that came out, and you can see I was able to get right over it, so it's a lot more centered. A little bit better quality stamping on that one. But they're still both really pretty, don't you guys think? I think so. Very fun. So now I've got all these ideas floating around in my head, different things to do and try. Now this one, I don't know if you can tell, so this is what I wanted to ask your opinion on, is I filled in the letters with some Mossy Meadow ink. Can you see how these ones are more open and that has the colored in? I'm not sure how I feel so much about the colored in because I think I like the detail in the letters. I don't know. What do you guys think? I thought maybe if I colored it in with the Blackberry Bliss, maybe it would show up better, but I don't know. I'm going to go with what you guys say. So chime in and let me know what you think. I'm going to give you some time to respond, and then I'll look at the comments after the live, and then I'll go with whatever the majority is. So add the Blackberry Bliss to thank you, or don't. Add Blackberry Bliss, or don't. Let me know what you think. I could go either way. And while you're thinking about it, I'm going to turn the camera around, do a little recap, and then show you the card samples, all the ones that I have with flourishing phrases for that with that stamp set. So I need just 1 second. Get myself regrouped here. My stack of cards, and I'm actually going to put some water on my hands and wipe them off. I'm afraid I'm going to get pink on all these cards I'm about to show you. I really need wipes up here, especially with something like this. I have a feeling that's how I ended up getting that pink on the end, because I may have had some residual ink on my hands from my earlier playing. All right, so I'm going to show you one other thing before I show the flourishing phrases. And I think I'll turn the camera around. I have a few cute little things that I made the other night on my team meeting, and my team members haven't even seen my finished ones, but I'm going to post it to our team page, but I thought I would share it here as well. We did a WebEx, like similar to Zoom. Okay, I'm turning around. Okay. And it was really fun because I got to see people's faces. So you guys get to see my face, but I don't get to see your faces. So that was really a treat for me to get to see people's faces. So I'm going to be doing more of that stuff. Alrighty, so let's show you some fun things. So let's start with what I did at the team meeting the other night. So this is the team meeting project. One of them was done with this little piggy. That is retiring. Super cute. Okay, so I'm going to be distracted by listening to people's comments. But yeah, so should I add the pink or should I not? Should I add the green? Should I not? To that sample I made today. So this little piggy's retiring. Cute, cute, cute little set. I know I have more samples made with it, but didn't get a chance to pull them out. But I made these adorable little 3x3 gift enclosure cards with what I like to call card salad. So I know you guys have scraps after you create, and I have a ton of scraps. So I organized my little scraps, and I'll go back into them, and then they become really great little card starts. So I decided that would be a fun little activity, is to pull out some of them and make little mini cards. So that's what I made with these. I had the focal pieces and the sentiments as card salad, and then a few other things. So this was my other little mini card that came up from a card salad. And anyway, it just turned out really cute. Now that could be put onto a full-size card, right, and just be a small focal piece on there. I just love making these 3x3 cards. They're just so cute and simple. Now this set isn't retiring. This is, I think it's Daisy Lane. I think it is. Yeah, it's not retiring. It's staying in the catalog. But I had that little focal piece and sentiment, so I made it into a 3x3. I had others, but I haven't finished those. So just a fun little activity. Okay, so on to flourishing phrases. You guys ready? So I didn't get a chance to see the comments of who is flourishing phrases a favorite, or don't care for it, or you sad it's going, or, you know, sayonara, whatever. Okay, so we'll start with that. Of course, you know what? Maybe I should make it so you guys can see it the right way. Let's see if I can manage to do that. That one? It's been a while since I did this. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. I did it. Yay. Now I'm backwards, but it's facing the right way. So a Christmas card made with that flower. Isn't that so cool? I just love that. Okay, now I can see comments again. So there you go. So I think that I love that one. There's this one, also made with that lovely flourish. Definitely my favorite image in the set. And it's got a watercolored element on the side there. And then I've got some fun folds. So this is done in a similar way, similar colors, but it's an easel card. So you guys can see the side. Oh no, I have to show this. So I showed you guys this one, right? The Christmas. But then I did stepped up just a little bit, and then stepped up a lot. This is such a fun set to play with, and to do the 3 versions from, you know, easy to medium to more difficult was fun. Super simple, just die cutting that shape, and then I have it raised up so you have a little bit of dimension in there. Here's another one. That's the polished stone technique. You want to see it? It's got the shiny glossy cardstock. We don't sell that anymore. I wish they'd bring it back because I love it. So it doesn't use any of the metallics. A lot of times polished stone has metallic in it, but just went with sort of springy colors there. This one, oh, I love this one. Check that out. That's actually, I'm backwards here, so I'm disoriented. That's actually colored glimmer paper That's, and of course the flourish cut out with glimmer paper and then colored. I have a video on my YouTube channel how to do that, but I just love that one. That's like an all-time favorite card. May never be able to part with that one. Here's another one. So many pretty things with this set. I don't know about you guys, but I love it. Yes, it has been around a while. You're so right. Oh, one of your favorites too. Yay. So fun color scheme. Now this one is funny. I have it in here, but it only has, I think it's just the little die cuts. Where are they? The die cuts that are with the set of dies. But this is a retired embossing folder, but I just love that design. Had to be shown. And one, this is actually a scrap. This, okay, I'm backwards. It's making me crazy. That scrap came from when I was creating this card, and I made it into a card with, of course, all those flourishing phrases dies. So I love that one. You guys see up close. It's a walk down memory lane, right? Okay, so there's a set that I did. This is the rock and roll technique. You guys have heard of that. Super fun, where you get multiple colors into one image. And then I did this in a whole series of colors. I love doing cards like this. I wish I could show them to you all at the same time in the same screen. So I've got a set of 4 of them. Sometimes I think I need to start a store where I sell sets of cards because I have a tendency to make a whole set of coordinating cards, and I just love it. But it's hard to part with them, dang it. So there's another one. So it's recessed, but it's watercolored in the background, that same flourish die. And then another one here. I think this was a club project, maybe? I think so, I can't even remember. I have a whole catalog of my club projects all in boxes behind my, on my shelves behind me. And sometimes I go look through it, walk down memory lane. Imagine, I think I've been doing clubs for 17 years, and what I have back there is, all organized is since like 2012. And boy, it's a lot of cards, a lot of beautiful cards. It's so fun to look at it. Maybe one day I'll have to do a tour of all my club cards. Walk down a major memory lane. All right, I know I am sort of backwards or whatever, but I think that's pretty much all I wanted to share. So just to recap the business stuff for one sec. So you know the retiring list, the stamps are guaranteed through the 22nd of May. Faux glaze ceramic technique class video. Wait, if you're one of the people getting it, you're gonna get an email tonight. Yay! Might be late, but it's gonna be tonight. Let me know if you need a new catalog. And let's see what else. And of course, sign up for the Grace's Garden class. It's gonna be an awesome class. I don't have enough people right now. It's too good for just a few people to take it. Come on, people. Okay, I'm giving you a little shit. Okay, so, oh no, I swore. Not supposed to swear. Okay, what else? Oh no, I'm probably turning red. I think that's it. Okay, so next week, same time, same channel, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. May 7th, that's next Thursday. And of course, I'll have another project, something fun to share. And I hope you enjoyed today. And thank you so much for spending some time with me. I appreciate it. And hope you'll come back again. So happy crafting, everybody. And somebody's laughing at my little faux pas. Don't tell anybody. Shh, don't tell YouTube. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Love you. Thanks. Bye.